Hi guys, welcome back to Shah's Lifestyle Vlogs. Guys, we're doing something a little bit different today. I am going to a wedding today. I'm very excited. Let me just quickly show you my choices of outfits and then we will continue on. I've already showered and I need to do my makeup, my hair. I've already done my nails. My nails has been done. I went to the nail shop yesterday. I done my nails. I done the eyebrows and the toes. You probably didn't see that, but the toes are done because we're wearing these little shoes right here, and of course your toes is out, so, and it's summer, great time to do your toes. But anyway, I'm wearing these little shoes because I want to be comfortable, guys. So it's very comfortable, sort of small block kitten heels right here. Oh, this is the wedding gift right here, guys. I wrapped this only last night. This is the little wedding gift right here, and purple is the colour of the day. That's at the bride's request, so a lot of us are in purple, so I thought this little bag and the wrapping paper and so forth is quite fitting. My toenails is also purple. Okay guys, so I'm gonna carry this little bag here like that because it's big enough to put everything I need. So we're going to go with this bag. This dress was going to be a runner-up, but I thought this dress was actually very fitting. Let me show you. Very fitting for VE Day, which we had at my workplace, and yeah, it turned out to be very, very, let me just show you. Don't know if you can see that, but that's basically, I don't know if you can see that, but that's basically what I looked like for VE Day. So this dress was perfect for that, but not perfect for the wedding. As much as it's purple, it wasn't the one for the wedding. So I decided to wear this dress for VE Day instead. Then I have this beautiful dress here that I absolutely adore. I love this dress, also purple, lilac, violet, whatever the colour. But again, I feel like it's not really quite the one for a wedding. As much as I love it and it looks absolutely beautiful on, it's quite long, so you can see. And it looks, and it's got this detailing on the top that goes across here, across the bust area, which I absolutely love. But again, I didn't feel like it was quite fitting. So we're going for a suit, guys. This is what I'll be wearing. This is what I've decided to wear. I'll show you once I'm dressed, of course, but they're sort of flared pants. It's a silk suit. I forgot what it's from. It's from, I think it's Capsule. It's from Capsule, and it's trousers, suited pants, trousers with a belt. It's got a belt on it somewhere. Anyway, with a belt, and oops, I dropped the jacket, and the jacket, and what I'm going to wear underneath it, I'm going to wear this off the shoulder top underneath it. And what I love about this, it's basically a one sleeve top, and this is the sleeve. Yeah. So guys, that's what I'm wearing. Had it for years, and yeah, that's what we're going with. We're going with the suit. I'm gonna have to put that top on before I do my makeup, because it's quite fitted and I don't want to do my makeup and then pull that over my head and so on. So I'll be putting that on shortly. But guys, while we get ready, this is a get ready with me, by the way. While we get ready for this wedding, I decided to do a new topic for you guys. We will put a pause on our weight loss for now. By the time you see this, actually, would be a few weeks. This would be a few weeks previous, because I'm still trying to catch up on my vlogs, and I still have a couple of what I eats before you can see this. Just know that this is the 10th of May. Okay, so today is the Saturday, the 10th of May, when this was basically filmed. So you're not going to see it for a couple of weeks, I'm afraid. But anyway, I'm going to do my hair and we're going to sit down and talk. And because it is a day of love and it's a wedding, I thought we're going to talk about dating in your 50s. Let's start. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys can see me. As I keep saying, I have this GoPro and it doesn't have like a front facing situation, I'm afraid. Anyway, my manager is going to be picking me up because it is all of us ladies from work that's going to this wedding. Oh, let me give you a bit of a backstory about this wedding. So an ex-colleague of ours who left, I want to say she left before Christmas, around November, October-ish last year she left, but she already told us be on the lookout for her wedding invitations. And so this is it. So now that we're up to speed, yeah. So she's getting married today, so all of us is going. Everyone's excited for her. And of course, she's one of a mature lady like the rest of us. She's slightly younger than us, I feel. I feel like she's... yeah, I feel like she's slightly younger. She's approaching her 50s and the rest of us is in our 50s. Me being 51. Anyway, I'm going to be taking out my hair, guys, out of these twists. The whole reason I had these twists all week long was for today, so that my hair can be nice and curly. In here I have I'm going to spray some water and some leave-in conditioner in my hair as I go. So that's what it is. It's water and leave-in conditioner that I put in this spare spray bottle to moisturize my hair as I take it down. And we're going to do the hair in sections, of course, starting from the back. Right, guys, so what you've come here for is my take on dating in your 50s. Now, You're probably wondering, is she dating in her 50s? And the answer is yes. Yes, I am dating. Um, I thought while I'm dating, this was going to be a really fun topic to talk about. Um, it's away from my norm, and it also, because it's a wedding, I thought, what a great idea to do a get ready with me for this wedding. And because I don't think I'm going to film the actual wedding, I'm not going to take you guys along, I'm afraid. um it's not that type of party, I'm afraid. I'm my colleagues. I don't think they're going to want to be, on YouTube, basically. So I'm not going to invade people's privacy like that. But as I said, my manager is going to swing by for me, so I have to have my um, phone at hand for when she calls. Oh, before I get started, guys, 1 minute. I've got I have my laptop here, guys, because I was editing a video for you guys. So I'm just gonna close out. I'm just gonna, wait a minute. I'm trying to, yeah. I'm gonna just shut down my laptop real quick. I was editing this morning a video which by now you guys would have seen. It's one of the what I eat in a week type of situation. So yeah, that will be coming to you, or would have come to you already by now. Right, so that's done. Okay, I just wanted to shut down my computer so I don't forget to do that before I leave out. Okay, I need to hurry. What's the time? I need to hurry up. Okay, it's almost 10 o'clock. Okay, so as I said, dating in your 50s. Well, let's start with things that I've learnt from dating in my 50s. The number one thing I've learned is try and be very wary. There's a lot of crazy people out there, I'm afraid. So don't be too trusting, because, you don't want to run into the wrong person and start dating someone. So the minute you start getting a feeling or any type of intuition, women's intuition, any type of bad vibes, I would say get the hell out of that one. Because you need to really make sure you're keeping yourself safe. So I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just going to give you the downsides first, and we will get on to the fun stuff. So yeah, I will definitely be very, very, very wary of who you're actually dating, number one, and get to know someone. And I know we're living in an age now of social media and so on. By the way, this person has no idea that I do YouTube at all. I've not told him that yet. We've not got that far in our relationship for him to know that. But what I mean by media is like, things like Facebook, Instagram, and so on, exchanging of numbers, chatting a lot, getting to know somebody over the phone, messaging, and so forth before you actually expose. Well, don't even expose where you live. I wouldn't say that's a good idea, especially in the early stages. And if you have children that lives with you, even if they're young adults, definitely not a good idea to bring anyone new into your home and meeting your children, be them adult children, teenage children, whatever the case. um, I would be very wary of stepping the mark on that one. Yeah, yeah, I'm very, very, very wary on things like that. Um, However, it's fun. Let's talk about the fun things for for a second. It's fun to get the attention and to have someone to talk to. The person that I'm dating, we talk most evenings, mostly on the phone. We speak on the phone, we message each other and speak on the phone in the evenings. Um, you know, dating and going out for coffees and stuff like that during the day. No evening meetups as yet. Just being very safe and very wary and making sure you are taking steps to keep yourself, safe. Um, just in case. You could be dating somebody that's absolutely fantastic or seemingly absolutely fantastic, but you never know. Anyway, what else have I learnt? What else am I learning whilst dating in my 50s? Um, I've learnt quite a lot. I'm learning that, you know, it's okay to, to recognize the fact that your children, because you're in your 50s, your children is either grown or on the road to be grown. Well, at least in my case. And so you start to recognize that, you don't want to spend your later years alone. It's nice to have a companion, someone to talk to, someone to share thoughts with, someone to grow old with. It's just nice, okay, to have someone to share certain things with, okay, and to grow old with. Once your children has upped and left, fortunately for me, and I say fortunate because I love my kids to pieces, they are my everything. They all live at home currently with me, and I am very fortunate that we get along pretty well. We have our ups and downs, don't get me wrong, but in general, we are actually very united. And a partner is not going to get in between that ever. That's not going to happen at all. They will be the first of everything, and every decision that I make will, obviously, I will have them, as my first thought in them decisions that I make. Um, as I said, nobody is coming around my kids as yet. No one's coming into my home, none of that. Um, I like my space, I like my privacy, and I like to keep myself as well as my kids safe. Um, but on saying that, it's nice to have someone to talk to, someone that's on your level, someone that can reminisce with you of the past, talk about our childhood and how things were back then, and so on and so forth. I'm just putting it out there, but the person that I'm dating is a little bit older than me. I'm not going to say how much older than me, but he is quite a bit older than, not quite a bit, but he is older than me. But we do have really good communication, and we talk a lot about the fun times and, you know, being kids at a certain era of in life and how things used to be compared to how things are now. He's got children as well. He's got grown children. He's actually a granddad as well. He's got grandchildren. I have not got grandchildren. I'm not a grandmother as yet. But yeah, he's got grandkids. And yeah. So, what else can I tell you guys? So, this wasn't very well thought out because I've lost what to say. Okay, so as far as dating in your 50s, um, why not? You know, why not? You're getting older, but that doesn't mean that you should be forever alone. You know, at the end of the day, it's nice to have a companion. It's nice to share moments with someone. Um, and it's just nice. Okay. Sorry, I've got this top on underneath here, so yeah. Um, yeah, and it's just nice. It's nice. It's nice to be able to just talk to someone, have a laugh. We laugh. We laugh all the time. We're always on the phone, laughing away. You know, talking about our day and things, how our day has gone, and so on and so forth. And our connection is definitely laughter. Like, he's a really funny guy, and I love that. And he finds me to be quite hilarious also, so that's a good thing. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, that's it really. You know, it's good to have someone to share moments with. Okay. My daughters, let me talk about my kids for a moment. My daughters are very happy for me. My son, on another note, he's a little bit wary, being the youngest, you know. He's like, okay, don't let this guy get too comfortable, you know. He just thinks that I could wait a bit longer before dating, but I feel like that's just him being a little bit on the protective of mum sort of side. But that's okay. That's okay. He's not completely opposed to it. He's not completely opposed to it. Um, and my daughters, well, they think this is a long time coming. Always been encouraging me to date, and I've dated in the past. I've gone on dates and so on. You know, this is not something new. This is not like my first rodeo, of course. You know, I've had dates in previous years before, but this is my first one in my 50s, and that's why we're talking about this particular one. Okay, right, so also there's the getting to know you stage. Okay, so the getting to know you stage. Now, to be very honest with you, um, I was actually talking to two guys at the beginning, and um, one of these men, um, I don't know, there was a couple of flags and there was a couple of things that were said that I just felt like was a little bit not quite me and not quite my cup of tea, and like a little bit much, you know? Whereas the other guy, okay, he's a little bit more laid back and chill. and I prefer that. Okay, that's all I will say on the topic of dating. You know, I was actually talking to two, but it's narrowed down to one. Let's put it that way. The other guy still reaches out, but um, you know, I don't want to be mean, so I'm trying to let him know, you know, as subtly as I can. By the way, please comment down below if you're over 50 or in your 50s and dating, or if you're a young person that your parent, your mother is also dating, or an auntie, an uncle. Um, any tips and advice that you can give would be brilliant, basically. Any tips and advice you can bring can be brilliant. Okay, now what I would say as well is that men in their men in their later years is it's quite different from when you're younger. When you're younger and you're going through the whole childbearing years, and you know, you want to be married and start us. By the way, that's my laundry that I'm doing. Sorry about the noise. I hope you can hear me. I'm really sorry about the noise, actually. Yeah, when you're dating in your younger years, you're often thinking of going out and clubbing and so on and so forth, and you're very wary of cheating situations, and you know, you're very like worried about, are you pretty enough, are you good enough, is your partner looking at some next person that may be more attractive, or you might find a bit insecure, you might be a bit insecure, and so on and so forth. I feel like the difference with dating later on in life is that you're not so much on that anymore. It's not really about that anymore. You've been there, done that, worn the t-shirt, you know, and they hopefully have been there, done that, worn the t-shirt. So it's more about settling down and thinking of more your golden years than you know, than partying and clubbing and cheating and all the rest of it that comes with the younger dating lives. You know, when younger people date, they, you know, there's a lot of them that's, you know, a case of, oh, if he cheats, he might end up getting somebody else pregnant, and next minute you've got a, you know, he's a baby daddy with for someone else, he's got a love child somewhere, and then there's a bit of an issue. It's all different scenarios. By the way, I did not have that situation, but I'm just saying that there's so much interference when you're young. There's so much sort of, you know, you're still very much immature. You know, you're not quite mature yet. You're still trying to find who you are, and there's a lot of insecurities that comes with that. Whereas when you're older, you know yourself a little bit better. You know, you're a little bit more confident in, well, as far as I'm concerned, you know, you do find that you're a little bit more confident in your later years because you're more accepting of life, you're more wise. So, you know, you're not really thinking of these little premature situations. You're not really thinking of these small little things anymore. These little things is neither here nor there. You've, like I said, you just, yeah, you just accept yourself a little bit more, and you know better. Basically, you're older and you're wiser, and you just know better. As far as I'm concerned, you just come to a certain point in life where certain things is not important anymore. Do you know what I mean? There's certain things that's just not, it's not that serious. You know, it's not that serious. When you're young, everything is so dramatic and out there, and you know, there's so much, you're worried about this and that and the other, and in your relationships everything is so serious. Well, not serious, but you know, there's arguments over really trivial things. And when you're older, it just doesn't seem to be, you know, that important anymore. Anyway, there goes my washing. I'm going to have to go and hang up my wash, guys. Finish taking down my hair, which actually is taking me quite some time. Finish taking down my hair, and I will be back and we will continue this talk. Okay? I'll be back to do my makeup. All right, guys, I'll see you in a minute. We will be back to continue. Hi, guys. As you see, I had to throw on my clothes because my manager is actually on her way and I am not ready, as you can see. So the rush is on. Right, so I decided, I should charge my phone. I thought, let me actually give you guys 5 rules that I go by while dating in my 50s. Now, you can take these on board or you might not, but for me, I feel like you have to put certain boundaries in place, and you definitely have to think about like I keep saying, safety and your children and, you know, privacy and so on. So I'm going to get on with my makeup, and while I do, we're going to chat about this. So my rule number 1 is the first thing, your children. Always, always protect your loved ones, especially your children. I forgot my... Right, guys, sorry about that. Excuse my mirror, which is very filthy from me spraying that spray earlier. Anyway, what were we saying? We was talking about 5 rules. Okay, so my first would be your children. In my humble opinion, I basically would not think it's a good idea to have that person be introduced to your children, no matter how old your children is. They could be young children, they could be adults, it doesn't matter. They are still your children and you still need to keep them protected. I think in any circumstances, they're the first thing that you need to protect, okay? So don't really go thinking that, sorry guys, one more thing. Hi, Jane.
Hi, babe. Is there a assistant?
Then.
All right, babe, and I'll catch you soon.
All right. See you
Bye.
soon. Bye. Right. Really sorry, guys, but that was my manager, and she's gonna be on her way in the car. So as I said, the number one rule, well, that I have anyway, for dating in your 50s is your children. Please protect your children. This person is somebody that you're getting to know, um, and you're the one that's dating them. Your children does not need to I wouldn't even say your children needs to meet this person, not unless it's become a really serious relationship where you've been together for quite some time, and you're probably speaking of marriage and so on and so forth. If that's your goal, then maybe your children need to maybe at some point meet that person. But as long as your children knows you're dating, they know the person's name, so that you're safe as well, and they know, they have some information. There's really no need for anyone to meet at this early stage. Number two is your address, especially if, like me, you are a female, and especially if you have your loved ones living with you, or even if you're a single female that's living alone. Be careful and very wary of giving this person too much information of your location. I basically turn off my location. um, I don't like people to know exactly where I am. Maybe give a roundabout sort of area of where I am, but you don't have to say your exact full address. You don't want a stalker situation, for example, or you don't want that person just turning up at your door, or and your kids are there, or it's again that's for safety reasons. um number That's number two. Number three is really try and find out as much as you can about this person, you know um because of the internet these days. You can actually find out quite a bit about someone, um, and ask questions. Do not be scared to ask questions. Even if you want to ask questions about their former relationships and so on. You don't have to ask for details of why they're not with that person anymore. That's not really your business. But, you know, you do need to know a little bit of history. You don't want to be going into a situation where this person has some sort of a dark past. Um, you know, Again, that's safety. Okay, so that's number three. Number four is, in my opinion, especially in the early days, meet during the day on in a location you're comfortable with. It doesn't have to be on your doorstep, but in a location that's quite public as well. Um, And don't go at my tip number 5, my final one, is I wouldn't go out and sort of look for someone, go out with someone that's basically you know, going to get an intoxication going on. You don't want to be, 1 minute. Don't worry guys, this will dry off. You don't want to be in a situation where you get intoxicated and you don't know where you are, what you're doing. If you're a drinker, for example, I'm not a big drinker. I don't really drink at all unless in special occasions or through social events, and even then I don't drink a lot, maybe 1 glass of wine or something like. But you know, you don't want to be in a situation where you get intoxicated and you're and this can happen in my age group. You know, it's not something that I would say is a good idea, obviously, but you know, we're all grown, so we're going to go out and you know, we're going to go out and try and have a good time, of course. But in having that good time, you don't need to get intoxicated to where you're unaware of what's going on around you. Because obviously that's going to lead to room for someone taking advantage of that fact. Right guys, my makeup is done and I am dressed. Okay, my ride is going to be here in a minute. I'm going to show you guys the full effect in a minute. Anyway, that was my 5 rules of dating in your 50s. That was our quick little chit chat. It wasn't much, I know, but I am in a hurry to get ready. Please comment down below, what tips would you give someone that's dating in their 50s, or for someone like myself that's not dated for a little while now and they're back on the dating scene and, you know, seeking some type of advice somewhat. Please let me know if you are in your 50s, if you're dating, or if you're just in a relationship and it's quite a fresh relationship and you know, want to just drop in some advice of how you went about things yourself. Okay guys, I'm going to show you my full outfit now, and yeah, and I've got to get this show on the road because literally my ride is going to be here. So yeah guys, that's my tips and that's my advice on dating in your 50s, and that's my little, you know, 2 cents, so to speak. And it is a very exciting time, and I'm looking forward to getting to know this particular person, one of these particular persons, and see what happens from there. Okay guys, I will see you guys in a second. I'll show you my full outfit and then I have to go. Okay, bye. Right guys, this is the outfit. Okay, I have my shoes on now. Okay, let me show you guys in the mirror. So this is my outfit, guys. This is what it's looking like. Don't know if you can see that. My nightgown is kind of blocking the view a bit. Let's fix that. Okay, so this is what the outfit is giving. There's the shoes and the painted nails, and this is what I'm looking like. I think I might have too much hair on this side, so I might fix that a bit. But yeah, that's the outfit. This is the bag I'm going to take, and of course we have the gift. Okay, so anyway guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this very different type of video of what I am doing as I date and step into this new world of dating in your 50s. And I hope you can comment down below and give me any tips and tricks that you may have when it comes to dating. I don't think I covered everything in this video because, as you can see, everything was a little bit hectic. I was trying to get ready for this wedding, and yeah, I didn't get to speak on everything, but we will address that in a later date, and I will give you guys an update on how everything is going with me and my new companion, so to speak. And yeah, so I'm gonna go now guys, because my ride is gonna be here any minute. And yeah, I'm gonna fix this hair a little bit. I feel like it's too heavy on this side. Yeah, and that's it guys. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, be safe, and as always, peace. Please like, comment and subscribe if you like this video. Okay guys, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.